Hello, divine beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. This is Cosmic Acacia. It's been a while since I've made a podcast. I took time off during the holidays, and I've also taken some time for some self-care and some continued healing, because I've been on this spiritual path just a few years, so I'm sharing with you what I'm learning, and I'm also healing and becoming more aware as I go. So I took some time for me, and but I'm back. And the topic that Spirit gave me for this podcast is spiritual support. At the bottom of the card, it says, "Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware." So when I started this podcast, I entitled it Spiritually Escaping Religion's Illusions, because I'm telling my story of my journey. So whatever I bring out in this podcast is from my perspective. And what I want to do in this podcast is I want to tell you what I experienced with spiritual support in religion, and then what I'm experiencing now in the spiritual path. So when I was in religion, the only spiritual support in my religion was that of prayer. And it's a different type of prayer than what I pray now. The only support in prayer was Jesus. Jesus was our our go-between. I can't think of the word, but is our go-between between us and God, because in my religion, we were unworthy to go directly to God because of our sin and our unworthiness. So we had to go through Jesus. So typically, prayer, at least my prayers, was geared toward praising God, asking God for what I needed, asking for healing. And I never felt like I had any responses, and I definitely didn't have any interaction. So in religion, we were taught, or I was taught, that spiritual gifts were done away with when Jesus died on the cross. So there was really no spiritual interaction between any spiritual being and me as a human. So I spent my time praying and never really having that connection, that unconditional love connection. And I never really felt like my prayers were heard or answered. But that's my perspective. Not everybody's that way, but that's my perspective. So when I started my health issues, and I started, after I found my spirit teacher and started learning about all the different types of spirit guides, I can remember, and she would tell me that they're all around me, and all I have to do is ask. They can't interfere unless you reach out and ask for help. So I remember at first on my spiritual journey, when I was on the floor with my colon issues, having a episode, I remember laying on the floor saying, "Spirit guides, I don't know if what I'm supposed to be learning from this, or if this is me close to death, but I'm asking you for help and guidance on what I need to do, where I need to go, what I need to do. I'm asking you, I need your help. So I started using oracle, spirit guides oracle deck. I would take the oracle deck, and every day I would pull a card for the message that was for my highest good that day. And it always coincided with what I was going through. And as I was learning about the guides, I was learning that there was all different types of guides. I was learning there was our ancestors or our loved ones who've gone before. I was learning that there was angels and archangels. I was learning there was ascended masters, which are beings that were human at one point, and they had made it to the level of enlightenment or Christ consciousness. And so when they die, they help from the spiritual realm. Those are ascended masters, dragons, animal guides, all different types of guides. So I asked, like I said, I asked my angel guides for help. And when I asked, I started seeing synchronicities. And for those of you who don't know what synchronicities, they're kind of like coincidences, how humans view coincidences. But in the spiritual path, the synchronicities, the angels and your guides put out there for you to see them and take a hold of them as being the answers for you asking for their help. So I want to tell you how they led me in my health journey to heal myself. The first thing they led me to was colonics. And like I said before, I had major colon issues to where my colon was completely blocked. And I had been introduced to colonics in my younger years, and they helped remind me that that is what I should start with in order to start cleaning out my large intestine. So that's the first thing I grabbed onto and started doing. So I went for colonics. And for those of you that don't know what that is, maybe you can Google it. I don't really want to go into it as to what that is, but it does help clean out your intestine. So I started the colonics. And I do want to bring out that I had to do 3 of those colonic cleansings before it would break anything up. So that just tells you how severe my blockage was. So then after that led me to colonics, then my spirit guides led me to my spirit teacher, which when it led me to my spirit teacher, it led me to the session of the connection to source creator, and also the beginning of my shadow work to work on my traumas and my energy blockages in my body, because I later believed that that's the major cause of my health issues was my unresolved trauma and energy blockages in my body. After that, my spirit guides led me to a product called Emma, which helped break up what's in the colon to where it can be passed more easily. So then they gave me the thought to go to acupuncture. I went to acupuncture, and through acupuncture, the spirit guides guided me to a physical therapist, which helped me with exercises for the pelvic floor. And from that, I was led to massage, colon massage from a massage therapist. I was also led to energy healing, or pranic healing, which now I am registered as a pranic healer. Um, so, um, the medical field, um, they told me everything was in my head, and they did a colonoscopy, and they said everything was clear because the colonics had cleaned out my larger intestine, but I had blockages backed up into my small intestine at that point. So they just wanted to give me a pill. Take this pill, you're chronically constipated, and this will heal you. So that's the synchronicities that my spirit guides gave me on my healing journey. But they've been giving me messages and guidance every day. I look at everything as a message from my spirit guides. And I know I'm never alone. They surround me constantly. And I wanted to really connect with them. So my spirit teacher said to pick an object and to ask the spirit team that whenever you see that object or animal, that would mean that that was a message that they were with me and guiding me and that I'm on the right path. So I picked the ladybug. Because when I picked the ladybug, I hadn't seen ladybugs in like forever. And since picking the ladybugs, I see them quite often. I've even seen them in January. Last winter, I saw them in January and December and all the months that you would think there wasn't any ladybugs. And not only just the ladybug, but anything. A picture of a ladybug, a ladybug pillow. Whenever I see a ladybug of any kind, that is my sign that my spirit guides are with me. Before I start, I wanted to read some poems because I like to start with poems, but I was so excited about sharing about spirit guides that I forgot my poems, but I want to share them now. So the first one is entitled, We All Have a Spirit Guide, and it's written by David Boyce. They look down upon us like an aerial on the roof. They see the fuller picture, so they always know the truth. They guide us in certain directions, although they are always out of sight. But through choice, we change our decisions in directions which may not be right. They are around you when you're unhappy, when you're down and feeling sad. They may send you pictures in your dreams of the better you have had. They are there from the day of your birth. Throughout life, they're at your side. Not everybody will see them, but be reassured, we all have a spirit guide. The next one was also written by David Boyce, and it says, Because I am your spirit guide. Like a shadow, we are always there, but you may not always see. Unless you are spiritually gifted, you may never know who we may be. We speak to you through thought process to help you with a decision you need to take. But it is up to you if you decide to be guided once you become fully awake. Everybody has a personal choice. With all decisions, small or great, it is you who will live with your choices, whether it be love or hate. No matter what the consequences, we will always be by your side through the happy and the sad times, because I am your spirit guide. Like I said, that was also written by David Boyce. And I like one thing he brought up on this one. Like a shadow, we are always there, but you may not always see. Unless you are spiritually gifted, you may never know who we may be. Because You have to be on a certain frequency in order to connect with your spirit guides. You have to be aware that they are there. And in my religion, I was only aware of one type of spiritual support, which was prayer, which was Jesus being my go-between. And I couldn't go directly to God. So it does says down here, but it is up to you if you decide to be guided once you become fully awake. So it's kind of hard for people in religion to be open to be on that frequency to become fully awake. It's not impossible, but I was programmed so deeply that near death had to be what awoke me up, or what woke me up. And I have one more. It says hope and spirit guide. When darkness falls and fears arise and doubts creep within whispered lies, remember the spirits that soar on high and lift your heart to touch the sky. For in the depths of every faithful soul, a spark of hope forever whole. A flame that flickers, yet its light remains, a guiding light in life's joys and pains. When shadows loom with paths unclear, and uncertainty brings forth imminent fear, draw strength from spirits bold and bright, who conquered darkness like shining light. Their stories told, their legacies inspire and ignite within thee the courage to face every test and rise above the darkest nest. So hold on tight to hope's pure hand and let spirits of resilience stand as beacons in life's troubled sea, illuminating solid great destiny. For even in the darkest night, a light of hope still shines so bright, a guiding star that leads the way to a brighter dawn, a new day. And that was written by Konstantin Durinyang. I hope I pronounced that right. So before I pick the angel card that I want to pull for the collective, I want to read what the book says about spiritual support. It says, Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. There is more spiritual support around you than you realize. There are angels before you, behind you, above you, and on all sides. These divine beings are here to guide, reassure, and love you. Feel the blessings of the angels who are surrounding you at this time so that they can help you be more at peace and free of any restrictions in your life. You are supported by angels on every step of your spiritual journey. Open your heart and accept this support. The angelic realm is supporting you at this time with regards to decisions you have made. You have been unsure about some areas of your life, and they want to assure you that all is well and guided. They are offering help with any concerns you have at this time and encouraging you to become aware that they are supporting you in every area of your life, including the challenging ones. Be aware that every part of your life is part of your spiritual journey, and you will be guided all the way. So that was what the book had to say about spiritual support. And now I'm going to pick a card for the collective. That's for the highest good of the collective. And while I'm shuffling these cards, I want to ask you to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone that you think might benefit. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you being here. And I welcome any comments or questions. Oh, there's one. Let's see what it has to say. Healthy choices. It says, thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy choices. Let me see what the book says. Your angels are encouraging you to make healthy choices for your body, mind, and soul. Looking after your soul energy is one step, but having a balanced diet and healthy relationships will also contribute to your spiritual growth. You are a pillar of strength. Ensure you look after your inner light. Angels are able to send us much clearer messages when we are in alignment with the three parts of our being: mind, body, and spirit. Choosing to have positive, loving, and grateful thoughts is the first step. Looking after your body and what you feed it is the second step. And taking care of your soul by checking in with God or Source and doing your daily spiritual practice is the final one. These are all healthy choices that will increase your growth. Also, being mindful of the synchronicities that come your way every day, and be open-minded for the help and guidance offered to you by your spirit guides. Until next time, namaste.